My friends, life has a way of pressing us to the edge. There are days when the weight feels unbearable, when your body cries out for rest and your heart whispers, "Just give up." But hear me clearly today, those moments, those painful, stretching moments, are the very gateways to your breakthrough. You must force yourself when you want to quit, because everything you desire is waiting on the other side of persistence. True growth never comes in comfort. It comes in the battle between your weakness and your will. The moment you feel like quitting is the moment you are standing on the threshold of transformation. Every champion you admire, every success story you celebrate, every dream fulfilled was born from someone who felt the same urge to stop, but chose to fight one more round. They forced themselves when everything inside screamed quit, and that decision to push through made them unstoppable. Quitting is easy. Anyone can give up when the road gets hard. But ease never produces greatness. Comfort never carves character. The world is filled with people who surrendered too soon, people who settled when destiny was calling them higher. Don't let your name be written on that list. Let your name be counted among those who refuse to bow to discouragement, who refuse to let pain dictate their future. For it is the resilient who rise, and it is the fighters who inherit greatness. And so I tell you, forcing yourself forward is not just about discipline, it is about transformation. Every time you choose not to quit, you rewrite the story of your life. Every time you keep moving, even with trembling steps, you are declaring to the world, "I am stronger than my excuses. I am greater than my struggles. I am destined for more than this moment." With each decision to keep going, you take weakness and forge it into strength. And that strength becomes the foundation of your destiny. Listen carefully. Your breakthrough will not come when it feels easy. It will come when you push yourself past the breaking point. Your miracle will not appear in the comfort zone. It will appear in the fire, when you force yourself to keep walking through the heat instead of running away. And when you refuse to quit, when you dig deep and keep pressing forward, you will find that the struggle was not destroying you. It was building you. So, the next time you feel the weight of quitting pressing down on your shoulders, don't surrender. Force yourself. Push yourself. Remind yourself that you were not created to give up halfway. You were created to endure, to overcome, and to finish strong. If you refuse to stop, destiny cannot ignore you, and your future will open wide its doors. Force yourself when you want to quit, and you will discover that greatness has been waiting for you all along. My friends, hear me well. True growth is not birthed in the comfort of easy victories, but in the furnace of struggle. It is in that precise moment when you want to quit, when your mind is shouting enough, when your body feels weak, and when your heart aches from the weight of the journey. That is the moment where destiny is being decided. If you can force yourself to take one more step, to endure one more push, to breathe and believe again when everything inside is telling you to stop, you will discover a strength you never knew existed. Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. To the eye, it looks lifeless, covered by dirt and darkness. Yet beneath the surface, pressure is building. The seed is breaking apart, struggling against the weight of the soil above it. If it could speak, it might cry, "It's too much, I can't rise." But if it gives up in that moment, it will never sprout. It will never feel the warmth of the sun. It will never grow into the tree it was destined to be. Only by pushing beyond the moment of suffocation does the seed break through to life. And so it is with you. Your greatest growth comes when you push beyond the dirt of discouragement, beyond the darkness of doubt, and break through into the light. The truth is this: wanting to quit is natural. Every great man and woman has felt that urge. The difference between those who reach their destiny and those who do not lies in what they choose to do in that moment. Do they surrender, or do they dig deeper, forcing themselves to move when the heart cries out to stop? Growth requires resistance. Just as muscles grow only when stretched and torn, your spirit, your discipline, your character grow only when tested and pressed by hardship. Remember this: comfort zones are where dreams go to die. If you always give up when it gets hard, you will stay small, you will stay hidden, you will stay unfulfilled. But if you embrace the struggle, if you tell yourself, "This pain is temporary, but what I become will last forever," then every trial becomes a teacher. Every setback becomes a stepping stone. Every urge to quit becomes an invitation to grow stronger. Think of the stories of greatness. The athlete who trained when his body screamed no. The student who studied long after fatigue took hold. The builder who laid bricks when storms tried to tear everything down. None of them reached their success in ease. They grew because they forced themselves to keep going when they wanted to quit. And in that fight, they discovered more than victory. They discovered who they truly were. So I urge you, the next time you feel the heavy pull of quitting, remind yourself that this is your growth zone. This is your defining moment. Quitting might give you temporary relief, but pushing through will give you eternal reward. Don't let your future slip away just because the present feels hard. Press on, force yourself forward, because true growth is not found in surrender. It is found in the courageous decision to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. That is the moment where you are transformed, where the old you dies and the stronger, greater, unstoppable you is born. My friends, let me speak to the truth we all know deep down. Quitting is the easiest choice you will ever make. To stop, to step back, to walk away when the journey gets tough, requires nothing but surrender. There is no discipline in it, no stretching of the soul, no demand of the will. It is effortless. Yet the problem with quitting is this: it promises relief, but it steals your destiny. It gives you comfort for a moment, but it robs you of greatness for a lifetime. Quitting is easy, but greatness is only born in resilience. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking, to fall and rise again, to be struck down and still find the strength to stand taller than before. It is the refusal to allow circumstances to dictate the outcome of your life. And it is resilience, not ease, that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Anyone can quit. Anyone can give in, but only the resilient, only those who force themselves through the storm, can taste the sweetness of victory. Think about the heroes of history, the leaders, inventors, and visionaries who changed the course of the world. None of them had an easy path. They faced rejection, ridicule, failure, and countless setbacks. Many had doors slammed in their faces, voices around them saying, "You can't do this. It's impossible." They had every reason to quit, but they didn't. They held on, they pressed forward, they persevered. And that resilience gave birth to the greatness we still celebrate today. Their stories live on not because of their talent alone, but because of their endurance. You see, talent can open doors, but resilience keeps them open. Inspiration can start a fire, but resilience keeps it burning when the winds of doubt blow. Dreams can ignite excitement, but only resilience carries them through the dark nights when everything seems lost. Quitting may silence the struggle, but it also silences the song of destiny waiting inside you. Resilience, however, turns struggle into strength and obstacles into opportunities. Resilience is not about never falling. It is about rising every time you fall. It is about refusing to stay down. A boxer is not crowned a champion because he never gets hit. He is crowned because no matter how many punches he takes, he keeps standing. He keeps fighting. He keeps believing in victory until the final bell. That is the spirit of resilience, and that is the spirit that births greatness. But let me warn you, resilience will always cost you something. It will cost you comfort, because you must keep going when it hurts. It will cost you pride, because you must admit weakness and still rise anyway. It will cost you time, because resilience is never a shortcut. It is a long, grueling road. Yet the reward is beyond measure. For in resilience, you are not just shaping your success, you are shaping yourself. You are becoming the kind of person who cannot be broken, who cannot be stopped, who cannot be defeated. So when you face that moment when quitting looks so tempting, when you think, "I can't go on," remind yourself, quitting is easy, but easy has never created greatness. Easy has never lifted men and women into history. Easy has never written the legacy of champions. Only resilience has. Only the refusal to give up has. And that same resilience lives within you. Choose it, embrace it, stand in it. Because your greatness will not be born in the ease of quitting. It will be born in the fire of resilience. My friends, let me remind you of a divine truth. Inside every weakness lies the seed of strength. and inside every strength lies the blueprint of destiny. But that transformation never happens by accident. It happens only when you force yourself forward, especially in the moments when you feel too weak, too tired, too broken to continue. Forcing yourself forward is not merely about survival. It is about transformation. It is the very process by which ordinary men and women are reshaped into vessels of extraordinary purpose. Think about it. Weakness by itself does not disqualify you. Weakness is not the enemy. In fact, weakness is the very place where strength is born. But if you allow weakness to control you, if you bow down to it, then it becomes your prison. Yet if you face it head on, if you say, "I will not surrender to how I feel," and you force yourself to keep walking, to keep climbing, to keep fighting, that weakness begins to bend, to crack, to reshape itself into power. This is the hidden mystery of life. What feels like your breaking point can become your building point, if only you refuse to stop. Consider the athlete in training. The first day the weights feel impossible. The muscles tremble, the body screams, the mind says, "I can't." But the athlete pushes anyway. Day after day, repetition after repetition, the weakness that once limited him is transformed into strength. The same barbell that once crushed him now feels light. The same race that once left him gasping now feels manageable. What happened? He forced himself forward, and the very act of pushing through weakness created a new, stronger version of himself. That same principle applies to every area of your life. When you force yourself forward in your studies, your knowledge grows. When you force yourself forward in your work, your skills sharpen. When you force yourself forward in your relationships, your patience and love deepen. Every act of endurance is a tool of transformation, taking the raw, fragile parts of who you are and forging them into steel. And as your strength grows, destiny begins to reveal itself. Because destiny always requires a stronger version of you than the one who first began the journey. Do not be deceived into thinking destiny is for the lucky or the chosen few. Destiny is for the fighters, for the ones who force themselves forward despite weakness. Destiny opens its doors to those who prove, through their persistence, that they are ready to carry the weight of greatness. Many people have dreams, but not all are willing to grow into the person capable of holding them. Forcing yourself forward is that growth. It is the bridge that carries you from wishing into becoming. And here is the beautiful truth. Every time you force yourself forward, you are not just moving physically, you are reshaping your identity. You are telling yourself, "I am not weak. I am not defeated. I am not trapped." You are writing a new story where your weakness no longer defines you, but your resilience does. With each step, you are being prepared for greater battles, greater responsibilities, greater victories. The weakness that once threatened to stop you becomes the very evidence that you are capable of more than you imagined. So I say to you, when you feel weak, don't stop. When you feel exhausted, take another step. When you feel like quitting, force yourself forward. Because one day you will look back and realize that the moments you almost gave up were the very moments you were being shaped into your destiny. Weakness was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. Strength was never meant to be the final goal. It was meant to prepare you. And destiny was never meant for the faint of heart. It was meant for those who refuse to quit. Force yourself forward, and you will watch weakness become strength, and strength become the very key that unlocks your destiny. My friends, hear this loud and clear. The moments you feel like quitting are not signals to stop, but invitations to rise. They are not signs of failure, but doorways to greatness. True growth comes when you endure beyond your breaking point. Greatness is carved in the fire of resilience, not the ease of surrender. And your destiny is unlocked when you force yourself to keep moving forward, even when weakness tries to hold you back. You were not created to quit halfway. You were not designed to live in mediocrity. You were built for endurance, for victory, for purpose. Every battle you face is shaping you. Every struggle you overcome is strengthening you. And every time you choose to force yourself forward, you are stepping closer to the future you were born to live. So when the voice of doubt whispers, when the weight of life presses down, when quitting feels like the only option, remember this. You are stronger than you think, greater than you know, and destined for more than you can imagine. Don't quit. Don't stop. Don't give in. Force yourself when you want to quit, and you will not only win the fight, you will become the kind of person who cannot be stopped. And that, my friends, is where true greatness begins.